Hey guys, welcome to KIWI'S Big Adventure. We're here in San Diego. We just arrived at where the car is. I think it's about 13 hours we've been on the road since we jumped out of bed at like 3 o'clock this morning. So feeling a little jaded, but that's okay. The car's here, we're here, and let's go and have a look. I'm kind of excited and really nervous at the same time. Worked out really well, really lucky that the gentleman I bought it off has a rack, has some covering for us, so you know we're in better shape than a lot of people trying to climb under it and do it on the kind of side of the road repairs, so we can put it up in the air and look at it, which is kind of going to be nice. So here we have it. Yeah, it's pretty much as it was in the pictures. Lee, who I bought it off, poured water in it like 2 weeks ago, and it's still full of water, so we don't have any leaks. You know, we don't know about pressure yet, but clearly it's not going to run. We've got some chewed up spark plug wires, and a fairly second-hand looking carburetor and fuel system, but we've got plugs. We've got to get some wires. We've got a carburetor kit for it. It's going to need a fan belt, V-belt. So there's a bunch of stuff going on, but it's got a broken spring on the hood, so that doesn't want to stay up. But you know, I mean, it's not major stuff really. Of course, we've got to get it running, so you know that is a little more major. But let's have a look around this thing. I'm kind of excited to check out my new toy. So yeah, I mean, it's very sunburnt. And that's okay. Looking in here, yeah, the interior's here. There's not much hood lining left in it. It's kind of what you'd expect from being baked in the sun for that long. It's the push button auto. There's something missing around the little push button section, but you know, I think we can figure that out. Yeah, got a dome light hanging down. But you know, it's pretty much all there. Rust wise, first glance it doesn't seem too bad. We got a little bit on the bottom of this door, but you know, it is 65 years old. Yeah, Lee hasn't done a lot. This is pretty. I've seen a picture of it looking just like this, but you know, the tailgate is in great shape. It's an electric tailgate, which was an option. So we got to figure out, see if that's going to work or not. Hopefully it will. Otherwise we'll be breathing the fumes sucked in all the way home. Yeah. So this is the spare wheel cover here. You probably see a little body line here. This is kind of like the old same concept as the old fender skirts used to have, in that there's a little rod down underneath there that clips in and locks that panel out. This panel drops out and there's your spare wheel, which we'll get into that a bit later, maybe when it's up in the air. That's pretty rusty. We'll either fix that or try and source another one if we can. You know, like they all had that panel, so there's a few of these things around getting dismantled, not a lot, but a few. Yeah, we got some pretty serious surface rust going on, but I mean, it's nothing that's not, not beyond repair by any stretch. The floors seem fairly solid. It's got an original set of keys hanging out the ignition. And yeah, the typical kind of desert car, pretty sunburnt. But yes, it's negatives and positives. The negative is it's a bit sunburnt, the positive is not too rusty. So, yeah, it's got a cracked screen, but it does come with a replacement screen, so you know that'll windscreen. One thing that's a little disappointing on it is most of the side trim is missing. So I'm hoping one of you guys out there in YouTube land is going to be able to point me in the right direction for replacing this side trim, because I really do think that makes the car. So okay, Steve, let's get this thing up in the air and see what it looks like underneath. Right, let's take a look. lots of cobwebs, lots of years of dirt and crud, but it's nothing there's looking too horrible. These new brake hoses, that's, you know, a given. This is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt because that's where this driver's side exhaust is finishing right there, so we've got to get that a bit further out the back. This one, the muffler's blown apart on this side, so it could be a bit of a noisy trip home. But floors seem pretty good. I don't know that exhaust is going to make the trip, but we will see. We might have to stop at a muffler shop and get a bit of help with some of this. Well, you can't even see the nuts on the rear axle anymore. They're just covered in, that's just built up with oil, a mixture of oil and dirt. So you can't even see the nuts that are holding that in. Got some overload springs on it on the back. Yeah. Here's your spare wheel hanging down here. And that's the little rod I was talking about here. You pop that rod out of there and this will swing away and you can get the spare wheel out. Yeah, we're probably going to have some wiring to do. I don't think that's meant to be hanging down like that. Yeah, but it's not a rust bucket. I mean, we're kind of rushing through it a little bit because we've got a lot to do. So, but I'm pretty happy with it rust-wise, I've got to say. It's, you know, the rockers are all really solid. You know, this is all, we're not full of holes here like a lot of the southern cars. But yeah, we've got some exhaust to do, which we're going to have to probably just take it on the chin and get it down to a muffler shop and get that done because we just don't have the parts and facilities to do that on the road. But we'll get it patched up into something of a temporary fashion. Right now, we're going to dive into the engine, see if we can't get it running. So we're going to leave the camera running for a little bit and we're going to change plugs, do the carburetor, all that kind of fun stuff. So keep watching. Yeah, the plug wires don't even look that old.
I think that one.
Other ones just got chewed through.
Yeah.
The boys couldn't find anything.
Oh, that's good. That's great, really.
Yeah. Well, that's not the easiest thing to get it. There's a kickdown linkage there. Okay.
That's gonna be fun. Might have to pull that all the way off. That's a huge hose for a vacuum advance. That's a vacuum advance hose. That's crazy. What you got, right?
Yeah, look at the size of the fitting. I don't know whether you guys can hear this or not, hear me, but it's got like a 5/16 fitting for the vacuum advance line. That's pretty wild.
Oh, that's a PCV valve, kind of. Kind of. Well, look at this.
Oh, that's new. Somebody's messed with it. Every one of these plugs on this side look great.
Point. I'm not sure whether they're dirty or whether they're worn out or what. I can't quite see. So they've got a fairly new condenser in it.
Somebody's.
That's a new rotor. That's a new cap. The coil's pretty old. We could change that and the wire. Look at the wiring.
I wouldn't be scared to run these plugs either.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Let's have a look at one. That's a little concerning in that someone's obviously put this stuff in and then either not really got it running. That they've done no work at all, but they are. Who knows how old they are? So we'll put our new ones in.
Yeah, of course, age, but as far as looks, they look
No,
great.
they do look pretty good. We'll swap sides and I'll get that side of the carburetor. Good Lord. It's interesting when dust comes out of the fuel line. Oh, weird. Look at this. That's a needle and seat there.
You think that's just for flow back?
Oh.
You know, some cars got.
No, that's no, it's not a flowback though. That's bizarre. There you go. Uncle Tony's probably watching this going, I know what that is. I have to say I haven't seen that before. Just keep digging. See what we come up with. I think we'll throw the new coil on because that doesn't look like that's ever been changed.
You know, the sun coming out
It's
is
nice.
a lot nicer.
Yeah.
It's been raining here all day.
Wow, that does not want to come off.
Get it going on here.
Yeah, some of the electrical was a bit baked.
Yeah, look at that. That's the little float thing there. In there you can see it.
Oh, that's the arm?
That's the little arm that touches the float level. The needle and seat, sorry. That's, wow. Okay. Let's get this pulled apart.